Welcome everyone. In this video, we're going to play some additional games with the GreenMegaPenguin deck. So what you can see at the right is the list that we're going to be using today. Now this list is very similar to the list that was used in the deck guide that I made for this deck, which I'm going to link down in the description below. The one change that I made was that I basically added two Bashful Swordsman penguins because a lot of people have been using this card and I don't know, like, they've been saying that's been very working very well for them in this deck. So, I wanna try out what this deck works like with this card. And the card I took out was I took out the 2 Bunkus. And the reason I took out Bunkus is I just feel like there's not a lot of blue on the ladder right now. So, okay, so let's play some games and let's see how it performs, and we'll pay special attention to if, Bashful Swordsman is useful or not. Alright, taking a look at the first game, let's take a look at the mulligans. And okay, so what we have here is so okay, we didn't save the deck. So I guess we're playing the first game with Bunkus. Okay. So we will do a full mulligan here because we're really looking for the 2 drop or one of the key cards. Okay. So hmm. Yeah, okay. So let's see what we play as a rod. So we'll play GotEm as a rod for sure. All right. So well, anyway, we can pretend that a Bunkus is a bashful swordsman and see if that would have mattered. So, yeah, so let's see what's happening. So, okay, so with this deck, right, we really want to get out green mega caffeine as quickly as possible. And then we'll be using, yeah, it's an aggro deck, right? Okay, so we're playing against yellow. So against yellow, popcorn is super important. And we'll try to keep, yeah, we'll try to keep bounce house rod in our hand in case we get a popcorn as a rod as long as possible. And with brainy penguin, yeah, we can also do a little digging for a popcorn penguin. So we already have the inspiring story to go with the popcorn, although I don't really even know if we will want to do that. So let's see. Um, okay. So yeah, so what do we need now? So okay, so we have the mega penguin. All right, so that's good. So all we really need now is popcorn, some too much caffeine. We also have the GotEm, which is good against yellow in order to like remove their penguin that we want to then use. Yeah, right. We'll want to remove one of their penguins for if they use what's it called? Put your flippers in the air on it. So yeah, but okay. So really, popcorn is what we're missing. So let's see. Okay, so this looks like it's a more slow yellow build. Okay, so we got popcorn, which is great. So we don't really need so I guess we don't really need misplace in this matchup. I mean, misplace can be useful against if you play two if they end up playing one put your flippers, you can then prevent them from playing the second put your flippers. But I think for now, um, we'd rather just I don't think we need the misplace. So the question is about Brainy. So the reason I don't really actually think we need Brainy Penguin is I think we already have everything we need. So I probably won't be using Brainy Penguin because I don't want to get rid of 2 cards from my hand because I actually like all of them. I mean, the Bounce House I'm not 100% sure about, um, but I think it's better than the I think the Bounce House is actually better than the Brainy Penguin. So let's see, maybe if we draw some really not great cards. So if we could hold on to the Brainy longer, it would be good. But yeah, and the question is, can we afford to wait to play popcorn until after inspiring story? And based on drawing the second popcorn, yeah, we'll definitely use Brainy as a rod now. I don't think that that's a good idea. Like, I think that we will want to just play popcorn into popcorn. And that will be a yeah, I think because like right, if we play popcorn and then they remove that popcorn, we still get a 2 for 1. Um, and the alternative would be to wait in a whole additional turn. So I think we'll play popcorn into inspiring basically. But let's see what they have. So hmm. Okay. So this looks like it's a straight up yellow starter deck, which is maybe not even that great for us because we don't really have a good way to deal with a penguin who doesn't mind goodbyes. And right, since we can't deal with that, they're going to draw so many cards off of our popcorns. But at least we have like popcorn into inspiring story. So I think it's probably unlikely that they're going to be playing GotEm. So I think we'll start with the popcorn first. If for some reason, because this plays more around not your keys, which is definitely a card that they do play. So we want to get the removal going as quickly as possible. Um, so yeah, so okay, so then there's a shy penguin. So we're definitely gonna have trouble here. Beating well with green mega penguin, I think we'll be able to get bigger than the shy penguin. So the question is, um, okay, so the question is this turn. Do we want to play? I think we want the green mega penguin to start growing as soon as possible. So I think we want to play that actually this turn because we do have one more target for the popcorn, right? The popcorn doesn't really need to be buffed until next turn. So we also have all four of our GotEms, which is kind of a lot, but okay. So yeah, so they're gonna start drawing a bunch of cards, but I guess we're gonna have double popcorns, so it's gonna be um, pretty brutal. Okay, so we have an answer now to the yeah. So let's start this growing right away, and we have an answer to the shy penguin anyway. So okay, so popcorn penguin will start, but right they're gonna draw a card, and do we want to win or lose the vibe check? Um, so we currently have, so we're not gonna be able to play both cards next turn, but I think, hmm, yeah, I'm not really sure if we want to win or lose the vibe check. I kind of think we want to. I think we want to win the vibe check. No, wait, 6, 8. Well, okay, so we're gonna win the game. Yeah, I think we want the game to end as quickly as possible. So I think we wanna win the vibe check. Um, because like, right, they're gonna outlast us because we don't have any way to deal with this penguin who doesn't mind goodbyes. So they're gonna get a really big. Their hand is gonna be infinitely large because we don't have an answer to that. So the good news is we do have an answer to like if they play an extrovert, we have the too much caffeine for one extrovert. Okay, so we'll have to play inspiring story this turn so that the popcorn works. Do we have anything we want to? Hmm. We could maybe get misplace back. So let's just play this as a rod because next turn we can play two popcorns because right, like I said, they're gonna play like infinite cards out. So I guess that's another reason to win the vibe check is just to kind of limit the number of rods that they can play. So yeah, so let's see. Um, okay, so hmm, yeah, okay, so they're going super wide. So we are going to but the good news is we're going to keep winning the vibe check. Because they don't have an answer right now to Green Mega Penguin, but they might have put your flippers. So we want to yeah. So we'll at least get rid of their pot stirring. So that'll take him off. So even if they had put your flippers this turn, they would only be at 13. So we'll have one more turn. Um, but okay, so yeah, so let's see. And luckily, we do have a lot of GotEms, but again, like GotEm isn't really going to help us because all of our popcorns are going to first take care of all their penguins with less than 2. So I guess it's really going to come down to next turn, like whether they have put your flippers or not. And the problem is they're drawing so many cards. Okay, so they're using not your keys. So that's not bad because we have another popcorn. Um, and so okay, so the question is, should we actually got him? Because if we got him this turn, then next turn the popcorn might hit a 3 drop. Um, but so we're at 11. We're gonna play popcorn. That's gonna get us to 12. Then we're gonna play bounce house. No, let's just wait because like if we draw a non-penguin, because we definitely want to put them on game point next turn. And so if we use the got him now, there's a chance we'll end up at only 13 rods. And in the long game, we're gonna lose because they're just having such the penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes is giving them such card advantage. Okay, so yeah, I guess we can use yeah, so should we just use but there's nothing we really want to misplace. Like, well, we could misplace not your keys. Um, sure. Why not? Um, yeah, so that's just gonna keep because if we didn't do it like this and fully empty our hand, if they had a second not your keys, then they could get us back down to 13. And we want to be at 15, or we want to be at least at 14, because right now we'll win the game. And also, if they play another shy penguin, we're good because our mega penguin has outgrown the shy penguin. But yeah, I still feel like we're not in a good state because, well, no, we are in a good state as long as they don't have put your flippers in the air. But if they have put your flippers in the air, which this looks like a pretty straight up yellow starter deck, with put your flippers in the air, they're going to yeah, they'll be able to outgrow us. But okay, so they're at 15. So let's see. Well, so yeah, so our green mega penguin is greater than the shy penguin. So we'll flop the shy penguin anyway. So technically we will be but yeah, so if they have a put your flippers, I don't think there's anything we can do about it. So yeah, so maybe playing GotEm last turn. Yeah, so with the cards we drew, but if we played GotEm, we wouldn't have had the fish to play misplace. So it wouldn't have worked either way. So anyway, hopefully they don't have put your flippers, because if they have put your flippers, we're going to lose. But yeah, okay. So this is the thing with this deck is, yep, okay. So all right, so we are not able to win this game. Um but okay, so basically, yeah, that's a problem with this deck is that you don't really have a good answer for yeah, yellow is kind of tough already, although we did have the popcorns, but we didn't really have a good way to get through the penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes. So I guess theoretically, had we used the Gotham the turn before, would that have helped? Um, hmm. Let's think about that. I mean, then they were at 15. Oh no, because they were 15 because of, yeah. So it would have bought us one more turn. So then we could have used misplace. Okay, so maybe this was one of those games, but we wouldn't have been at 15 then, so that wouldn't have forced them to use the flippers. So I'm not 100% sure, but okay. Either way, let's jump into the next game. All right. Taking a look at the mulligan. So we have introvert, too much caffeine. Okay, so this is a pretty good starting hand because we have got him already. We have too much caffeine, introvert. We're just missing really the popcorn, but everything else we got. So hopefully we can just run away with this game. Because right, the as a just reminder, the way the deck works is you just want to get green mega penguin out as quickly as possible. You use too much caffeine to flop their penguins. You kind of lock them down, and a lot of decks have trouble dealing with this if it comes off to its fast start. It is a very linear game plan though, so I do think it's one of those decks that it right, that certain decks are, you can play around it, because once you figure out exactly what game plan it's trying to do, it's like not that difficult to kind of play around it. So, but anyway, let's see. Okay, so we are right. We definitely want to use introvert as our second penguin, just as our two drop, just because then we're guaranteed to win the vibe check. Supportive friend is basically useless, so that'll be our rod. Um, we're gonna then just hopefully just prevent them from executing their game plan. Okay, so it is some sort of blue or purple. So, oh yeah, we should have updated the deck list because we still, I forgot to hit save on the deck list update, I think. So we'll see if we're playing with Bunkus or Bashful Swordsman. Well, either way, in that yellow game that we was game one, it would have not mattered at all if we had Bunkus or Bashful Swordsman. Like, and in this game, we actually would prefer to have Bunkus, I think. Although maybe not, right? It depends. If it's purple, we'd rather have Bashful Swordsman, and if it's blue, we would rather have Bunkus. So I guess it's unclear because Penguin Who's Okay could be in both builds. But I think against purple, um, should we just get rid of this? Yeah, because it doesn't really affect our timing, and Penguin Who's Okay is just, you know, it's one of those cards that really like stacks up. So I think we'll get rid of it now with the Gotham, because right, we're trying to play Green Mega Penguin on 5, and that's gonna happen either way because we're gonna basically win each of the two right, we're gonna win this vibe check, and then we're gonna end up at 3, then we're gonna win the next one and end up at 5. So also the inspiring stories are not really necessary in this matchup I mean, they can be nice for some, like, popcorn shenanigans, so there's a chance we won't we'll use them as a rod depending on what else we get. So I also think, okay, so they have a second one of these, Penguin Who's Okay. We don't have an answer for this one. So I guess at this point we're just um in aggro mode, just trying to close out the game as quickly as possible. Or we want a popcorn. So if we had some like pseudo card draw, that could be interesting for a popcorn. Um, but okay, so let's see what happens next. Okay, so we lost a green mega, but that's not important because we already have one. Okay, so misplace. So misplace is perfect against purple. So I don't know. I still don't know if this is purple or blue. So we're gonna find out now. But if it's purple, then misplace is gonna be really good. Up, but it's blue. Okay. So hopefully we're playing the list with Bunkus in our deck because yeah. So what how can we use the misplace in this matchup? So because one of the things with blue is maybe we just want to actually have a small because right, we don't want targets for their removal. So I think maybe we just wouldn't play we just won't play anything. Like we won't play misplace because well, if they have a send it too hard, that could be a problem. How do we end up with so many cards in our ice already? Like, oh, because of the cannonball. Okay. So, well, either way, let's just play out the relics for now. So we have basically 2 more turns. So can we keep our ice below 15? Probably not. But okay, so hopefully we'll get the Bunkus. Although it's not clear if we're even playing Bunkus because I'm not sure about which list we're using. A popcorn could be nice too, but okay, ordering doesn't matter. So I guess flopping their penguin will be good in case, I don't know, it stops some pudge usage. But yeah, so okay, so we really want a second green mega. Could be good for the post, like if they have a send it too hard. Um, so that'll be something. I want to hold the misplace as long as possible because also like after send it too hard, I could play misplace targeting send it too hard, and that would maybe hold them back for a turn because then they have to remove the misplace first. But yeah, I think it's gonna be hard to stay off of, okay, so BrainyPenguin, hmm, yeah, I think BrainyPenguin is less useful than well, no, because maybe BrainyPenguin is smaller than Misplace. So, okay, so after they played Send It Too Hard, what do we want? How are we gonna recover from there? After they play Send It Too Hard, and we still don't have our Bunkus, after they play Send It Too Hard, we'll want to play because we need to play 2 things, though. So I think we'll keep the Brainy Penguin because right, we'll wanna, like, jump on the board with 2 things so that Too Much Caffeine can only flop, like, that we can get through our own Too Much Caffeine. Because right now we don't have a good way to get back on the board, and okay, so well, at least we can flop that with Too Much Caffeine, but yeah, we're gonna be at 15. There's no stopping that. So hopefully they don't have Send It Too Hard. But if they do, so that's also why I don't wanna play anything on the board and just keep playing rods, so that, like, post Send It Too Hard, I can quickly get back on board. So, okay, so, yeah, we'll definitely flop their, misplace. That's gonna give us, a little bit of breathing room, or not misplace, their, mischief. So, okay, so let's see. Alright, we'll flop mischief just so that they can't use the act ability. And yeah, so but the problem is we're going to be at 15 cards next turn anyway, which is the turn we like 15 cards in our ice. So send it too hard will activate. Um but okay. So hmm. Yeah, okay, so this is ingenious idea. Okay, so this is looking like it's kind of the like starter deck. Okay, well it's going to be oof. Well, hopefully we don't yeah, so the starter deck, well, or they're just playing Ingenious Idea. I just don't see a lot of people playing Ingenious Idea, and I don't think that this card is super strong, so I'm not sure. Um, but okay, so let's see. So they're gonna, so yeah, so we're waiting to see what happens. from their perspective. Okay, so they did that. Yeah, we're down. So yeah, so send it too hard is definitely going to be a problem for us. Um, so what would be good here? Well, I think we're just yeah. So basically, right, if they don't have send it too hard, then we're going to win because they have no way to deal with this mega penguin. If they have send it too hard, then yeah, then we're in yeah, then we need to have 2 penguins in our hand. Well, we're only gonna have 1 anyway because we have to play. So I will keep the sliding penguin back. The reason for that is, right, we still have to actually win the vibe check as well. So the idea is they play send it too hard. We then play 2 penguins because we have to play 2. We either have to play a green mega or 2 penguins to get past the too much caffeine. And so the reason we want to play 2 penguins is yeah, because of that. And so we want the penguins to be as big as possible. All right, so they're gonna yeah, so they're gonna remove a lot of cards from our deck now with Mischief. But yeah, I guess if they play Send It Too Hard now, well, if they were gonna play Send It Too Hard, I don't know why they would have played so heavily out on the board because they already got us down to having 18 cards in our ice. So, so I think maybe they don't have it. Have we found our bunkuses yet or our bashful swordsman? Nope. Although I think I saw our ice has all of our mega penguins in it, or at least one. Yeah, so we have no more mega penguins anyway. So we're not well, I guess if we get Bunkus. So yeah, so I think I'm questioning removing Bunkus from the deck. So maybe we'll go adjust the list and do one Bashful Swordsman, one Bunkus. Because even one Bunkus would really, really help here. Um, Especially because even if it becomes a rod, right, we do run BounceHouseRod. So there's a chance we could get it back. Um, so it looks like all our Bunkus are in the bottom of the deck, or they're maybe not even in the deck at all. So, all right, so let's see if Send It Too Hard comes, because if send yep, okay, so Send It Too Hard comes, so that's going to wipe out this board. So the good news is we're gonna have a little bit of time. So ideally we just draw another penguin, because if we draw another penguin with Sliding Penguin, we'll end up with one 8 vibe penguin and then whatever the other penguin is. And this deck is probably 50% penguins. A Bounce House Rod also would work because then I could get back like Misplace. So Misplace would be like perfect, but both of ours are rods already. Although I don't even know what I would select. I guess I would pick the Send It Too Hard. Um, but yeah, so okay, so ideally we find a Bounce House Rod. A Bounce House Rod would be good, or well, basically just any penguin is good. Because we're also gonna win. Oh, okay, Sliding Penguin is perfect. So I'll just play double Sliding Penguin. Because now we're at 15. One of them will get flopped with too much caffeine, but the other one will be unflopped. And so the question is, um, can they? Yeah, will they be able to? Nice. Okay, so we can just flop everything that they have, and I think we should be in a good state. So okay, so this isn't the blue star deck because the blue star deck does not run penguin with hoops. But okay, so it looks like I think we were able to squeak this one out. So I think that's a good performance for the yeah for the deck. But I think so. Yeah, but so okay. So it's interesting. So we beat blue, and we didn't even need Bunkus. So I think that's an interesting kind of learning from this as well. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, so we'll win the vibe check here, and then we'll win the game. I think, unless they have some trick up their sleeves. So okay, so still waiting on them, but I think yeah. So okay, so overall, so we lost to yellow, and now we beat blue. So I think it's a good start. We're gonna play one more game, and then yeah, hopefully we'll end the video with a winning record, but we'll see. All right, cool. All right, yeah. So yep, there's the victory. Okay, so let's jump into the next game. Before we jump to the next game, actually, let's adjust the deck just because we failed to do that correctly. So in the deck, right? Okay, so let's bring one. Yeah. So I think we just hit save. Okay, so we just hit save. Okay, so now I think we'll be playing with the updated deck. All right, let's jump into the game. All right, looking at our mulligans here, so it looks like we have popcorn, and we have a two drop, and we have a sneaky penguin. But I don't think I think with this deck, I don't really know if we want to keep maybe okay. So Aries probably going to be playing something slower, so I think we'll keep the sneaky penguin. I'm not sure if that's quite right, but okay. So we don't need all these two drops, so I think we'll keep the penguin of the falling leaves just to maybe pretend that we're yellow for a turn, and then yeah. Okay, so let's see. Um, okay, so let's see what else is happening here. Okay, so misplace, maybe that could be useful, but I think if I look at our hand, that's probably the least useful card we have in it. So I think we'll play the Penguin of the Falling Leaves. And yeah, so I think Sneaky won't be bad because I don't really know if I can play Popcorn next turn. And so we'll maybe need to be playing it a bit slower because I think especially because Aries probably playing some sort of green or blue deck. And so with against those, I think I want the popcorn to be protected. Oh no, so it's playing yellow? Okay. Well, so maybe we will play popcorn as quickly as possible. But right, if I play popcorn now, then they can basically take one turn to wait. So I'm not sure. Right, because if they wait one turn, then it's so yeah, so I think I'm just gonna actually play the sneaky penguin. And do I want to play a too much caffeine? I think actually I do want to play a too much caffeine, but I don't know what I would use as a rod. So, hmm. Yeah, so maybe the sneaky was wrong because I want, okay, so what do I want to do? I want to play Inspiring Story next turn. And then, so I think, so maybe I just hold here. So it's a little, because I think the turn I play popcorn, yeah, I could play popcorn together with too much caffeines to kind of lock down the board. All right, so this is definitely some sort of yum yum deck. Um, so okay, so we're gonna tie the vibe check here. And okay, so let's see what cards they draw. This is gonna help us a lot understand what we're up against. Okay, so we're gonna be up against an army of small penguins. So okay, so I think um okay, so we can play Inspiring Story next turn. Okay, so our plan is gonna be Inspiring Story into popcorn with double caffeine. And so popcorn with double caffeine, we can hopefully protect against not your keys. And okay, so we don't really need the sliding penguin because okay, well, I guess we don't need the second inspiring story either. So right, so we'll play inspiring story this turn, and then next turn we'll protect the popcorn and then lock everything down with too much caffeine because right, we really don't want to lose the popcorn to GotEm. And this is the slower yellow deck definitely could play GotEm. So that's something to be worried about. Although I guess if it's playing Penguin who might bring a +1. This might be I don't even know what type of yellow deck this is. But okay, so they're gonna hopefully they don't have more card draw because this is gonna be difficult with all the card draw. But okay, so yeah, so we'll be able to flop a lot of their board because we'll have double caffeine. And hopefully what else do we need? So we need a yeah, so BounceHouseRod, is there anything we want from down here? Yes, second popcorn. So we'll definitely want the second popcorn because they might have an answer to the first popcorn. And so we'll be able to get a second popcorn on the board, and we're gonna really be able to remove all these yellow penguins. So right against yellow, popcorn is really the win condition, not the green mega penguin. Although, right, maybe there's a chance that with okay, so well there's a purple mega penguin. Okay, or yellow mega penguin. So another yellow mega penguin. So there's wow. Oof. Okay. Well, that was not good. I don't think that there's a way we're gonna be able to come back from that because now on top of that, they have the penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes. So, yeah, I really don't see. So we might as well flop their Pudge so that they can't play not your keys. But Yeah, oof, that was just brutal. So is there anything, um, hmm, yeah, so, okay, so what could get us out of this? So another inspiring story would help because the next inspiring story, right? The second inspiring story will allow us to actually remove their 6 drops, but I have to first get through their entire set. So, I don't even know I don't even know how we're gonna get through this. Now we have an extrovert to deal with. Um, yeah, so the extrovert is gonna be difficult, but maybe if we drew a mega penguin, maybe a mega penguin could help, although I wouldn't be surprised if Aries running What a Twist. Um, okay, so at this point, we definitely need to get the second popcorn just to keep them off 13. Um, so is another inspiring story gonna help? I guess maybe. So let's keep the inspiring story just for next turn, because I think that might be the only way out of this. But like, I don't really actually see a good way out of this. Because right, we're gonna have trouble winning the vibe checks. So we can remove their small stuff, but right, they're just gonna redraw cards. So it's not actually helpful. So we're gonna lose the vibe check. So I guess theoretically next turn with the second caffeine, we will tie the vibe check. But yeah, that's still not even gonna be good enough. Oh, though I guess with Hot Rod, no. Yeah, there's really no way out of this. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, let's just be realistic. There's no way we can get out of Mega Penguin into Mega Penguin into Penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes. I think that's basically the. Okay, okay. So maybe with Green Mega Penguin, maybe Green Mega Penguin is good enough. Okay. Well, at least it's a hope because with Green Mega Penguin, it's gonna force them to play Yum Yum, or they might have What a Twist. So right, if they have What a Twist, there's no way we're coming out of this. Um, but with Green Mega Penguin, there's a chance we will force them into playing Yum Yum. Um, so I think we'll play Green Mega Penguin either way. I mean, this is our only hope. And then we'll play I guess we might as well play Hot Rod. And then we might as well play the other caffeine. So wow, we have so many triggers. I think it doesn't really matter what order the triggers go in. So we'll just do it like this. Um, okay, so what do we need to flop? We definitely need to flop that. Um, yeah, but yeah, again, the problem is going to be that if they have a What a Twist, we will lose for sure. Or if they have a what's it called? Um, a put your flippers in the air. And we're just gonna we're just keep giving them more cards. So um yeah, so there's some small chance that they don't have What a Twist or put your flippers in the air, I guess. But I think that that's highly unlikely. And I think we are but okay, whoa. So we did end up winning. That is amazing. Okay, that was very unexpected. Um, but I guess yeah, well, we got really lucky. Well, we got really unlucky with the chain, but then we got really lucky by them not having the answer and drawing the green mega penguin. So, wow, that was a crazy game. I had definitely given up on it and written it off in my head. And that's, I guess, another reason why you should never give up because sometimes, even if your opponent gets a really good start, there's ways you can get around it. All right, that's the end of the video. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like it, just please hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you want to get notified when there's more videos coming out. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks everyone.